Kristalovich with the first goal here for the Eagles. Muted. The Eagles get it back in again. Kristalovich get the first one of the evening here. 10:41 to go. Shot on again, this one just a bit wide. Still have it in the zone. Sorry about that, guys. We had it muted for the music here in the first. Eagles can leapfrog the Knights here with a win tonight. And that was shot by McKay off the post far side. Presser puts it back in. That comes off the mooring. 10:13 to go. We'll get a stop and play here. They reset everything. Eagles can leapfrog the Jets after they drop their morning, or I guess early afternoon tilt against the Sting. 3-0. Sting secure their spot. So 3 St. Louis teams in the CSCHO playoffs out of the 8 possible. Just shot him for Presser, top of the zone, off a body in front. Kane has it down low. Fossick comes in to help out. Kristalovich had put one on and got the rebound right back to him and put it in. Gives the Eagles a 1-0 lead here in the first period. Knights throw it back in. Again, the Eagles can leapfrog the Jets after they lose early afternoon tilt to the Sting. Eagles just 1 point back of the third place Jets, sitting 4th place. Trying to get 2 more points. Brought in Molesky, shot on, save made by Clay. Comes over to Fossick near side, up to Callison. Had to make the change. Jack shoots it in. That save made there by Milnick. Near side, Maddox trying to push it off. They get it in for Mangelsdorf. He can't handle. Pushed out by Carlson. And Maddox leaves it for Jack Callison. Throws it into the zone. Passed. The Eagles defense down low behind their own net. Wilder backs up, takes the bounce for the Eagles. Carlson from the top of the zone throws it in wide. Picked up again by the Knights. They try to get it out. Fan on the outlet pass, and Callison able to hold it in, trying to tie him up in the corner. Now they escape with it. Mangelsdorf gets it out to center. Tied there by John Schmidt. Moves it into the zone. Builder has it behind his own net. Puts on the brakes. Far side. Throws that in. That'll be icing on the Eagles. And the space all will come down far side. 8:28 to go here in the first period. Draw one. Lorenzen throws it back down low behind the net. Schmidt there to pick it off. Gets up to Stevie. He'll throw it across center. Far side down to Fager. Behind the net. Tied up there. Gets some help there from Stevie as he steps in. Tried to tie him up. Fager to the corner with the game winner yesterday from Jack Stevie. Or I'm super tipped in Fager. Stevie there to help out. Now they get it out to number 10, Seamus Larrigan. He'll throw it in, but that's going to be offside on the Eagles. Fager had the winner in overtime yesterday with 11 seconds left. Patrick Gavin Welch able to tie it up in the third. Big 2 points for the Eagles against the Jets. And the Eagles have won 5 in a row. They lead this one here 1-0. Out shooting tonight so far, 4-3. Back into the zone, Wittenberg knocks it back for Alex Schmidt. Moves it ahead for O'Brien. As Molesky tries to peel him off, they block it free. Schmidt picks it up his own blue line. Now this one off a stick. Wittenberg puts it through the legs. Now tries to do the same. To Shapiro, can't do so. Now O'Brien gets it picked by Shapiro. They bring it back in. He's peeled off by Matthews. As Alex Schmidt picks it up behind his own net. Moves in front. through the slot, backhand and moves it ahead for McKay. Jackson comes in, throws it in front. Oh, just too far for Wittenberg. He'll have to pick it up after it bounces off in the corner. Now poked away by Chin. Down low, O'Brien trying to center up for McKay. That one intercepted by number 75, Tommy Clanton. Far side, off the glass. Presser tried to glove it down in the neutral zone, goes all the way into the Eagle end. Beckerly there, throws it up ahead into the Knights zone. Knights cleared out to center. Back out, Welsh brings it out across center ice. And it goes, shot centered up. Intended for Kane, not far enough. Now Caden throws it on, that one deflects off O'Reilly, sticking off the glass, far side. Mangelsdorf, side, off the backhand, gets the pass presser into the zone. Beckerly, trying to fight off Mangelsdorf. Now gets some help from Fawcett. Down low in the corner. Fawcett holds it in there. All tied up with Beckerly. Presser trying to push it ahead. Welsh, far side, he put it in to get the top of the zone. O'Reilly holds it in, goes off a skate. Ooh, and a big collision there, top of the zone by Welsh. Backhanded on, save made there by Clay. Stops the play with 5:28 to go here in the first period. Carlson to the God against Lorenzen. All tied up there. The Knights will come out with it. Back to the point. Molesky trying to put it back down low. Bilger has it. Trying to feed it to Maddock. And it comes in front, knocked down by Carlson. They wanted a call there, not going to get it. Tipped out by Callis into center. Picked up by Goldwasser. Gets it far side for Lorenzen. And now we're going to get that one in offside. As Larrigan knocked down after a collision top of the zone. Can't get out. Stops the play here with 5 to go in the first period. Eagles on top 1-0 on a goal from Drew Kristolovich. Shot one on, got the rebound, and put it right back in behind Grayson Milne. Give the Eagles a 1-0 lead. Knights trying to get it back. Larrigan brought it in off the face-off. It has it stolen away. Eagles trying to push it ahead. And can't. Now Lorenzen near side trying to backhand it. That one picked up by Bilger. Top of the zone. Gives it far side for Schmidt, out for Callison. He'll tip it in. Carlson will chase it, take it down low as they start the change. Fager on for him. Maddock posts up in the crease. Now Bilger near side. Has it come behind him, turns around, throws it back in off the stick of Chin. Now off of Maddock and ricocheted out of bounds. Fager trying to move it. Molesky gets a piece of it. Fager able to pick it up at center. Now he's peeled off by 2 Knights. They come in too wide. As Mangelsdorf comes down to center. Throw it off the boards. Now we're going to get a call here on interference. On the Knights, it appears, so the Eagles might be going to the power play here. Looks so. Mangelsdorf will go for interference with 4:11 to go. Whoop. Sorry about that, so I pause it here. There we go. 4:11 here in the first period. Eagles on the power play, going to try to add to that 1-0 lead. Welsh has it, throws it in, that one just wide. Kristolovich, Stevie, Fager, and Schmidt out with him as Alex holds it in on the blue line. Skates top of the slot, moves it in, down low, gives it to Welsh, shot on, and that one off a body in front, goes just wide. Cleared away by the Knights, into the Eagles and Schmidt. Trying to drop it back for Stevie, he'll pick it up there. around the net, comes up the near side, across the zone, and in against Goldwasser. Turns around, clears it away for the Knights. Schmidt picks it up again, 1:19 to go on the power play for the Eagles. McKay, as they switch it up, comes on with Carlson, holds it up far side, tried to put it in the middle. Ricochet comes to Callison, gives it to Bilger, near side shot on, glove save, knocked down, and still loose. Schmidt steps up from the point, throws it back in for the Eagles, down low. Goldwasser on his backhand, trying to get it out. He's pushed in by Callison, trickles out top of the zone. Schmidt gives it far side, McKay shot, ooh, that one goes just wide off the glass. Bilger puts it back down low for Cali, 40 seconds left on the power play. Carlson leaves it for McKay, has Callison near side, gives it to Bilger in the circle. He'll back up to the wall. Sam, cross ice for McKay. Too far for him, drops it back to Schmidt, top of the zone. Skates top side, loses off the heel, now he'll drop it back for McKay. Jackson, top of the circle, they try to set it up. Drops it back for Schmidt. John steps up, makes a move through, takes a shot on, that one swallowed up by Milne to stop the play here with 2:23 to go and 13 seconds left on the power play. Whoa. Still 1-0, sorry about that. Accidentally gave the Knights a goal there. Bostic, Beckerly, Kane, and Welsh up front. As we finish off the power play here, they get it back to Presser as he's on with Beckerly. Lane steps up, top of the circle, shot on, pad save by Milne. Still in, oh, good job there from Kane to knock it down. In front, shot on by Welsh, goes just wide. Lorenzen brings it out as they clear off the penalty. Brings it in for the Knights, gets it far side. Can't do much with it. Eagles able to clear it away as Presser takes the hit. Welsh clears it out to center. Throw it back into Lorenzen. And Larrigan cleared the zone. Far side, tip to the middle. Off the stick of Fossick, stays in. Beckerly trying to clear it away to Kane, does. Drops it into the zone, but past Fossick. Molesky will pick it up for the Knights there. Cross ice. Picked off by Will, sets in all alone. Shot on, and a glove save by Milne. And I'll stop play here with 1:28 to go in the first. The Eagles 0 for 1 on the power play, but they have a goal even strength at 10:56 from Kristalovich. That gave them a 1-0 lead. Out shooting the Knights 9-4. Wittenberg to the dot against O'Brien, or excuse me, with O'Brien and McKay. Schmidt and Matthews on the backside. They win the draw. Knights come out with it. They give it to Chen on the near side. Steps in. Chen shot on. Save made by Clay. He'll let it go. Schmidt down low, trying to move it ahead. Trickles the side of the net. Now bouncing puck left out in front. Clay has to kick it away again. As the Knights keep it in. Down low, kick top of the zone. O'Reilly, far side, thrown in far post. It should be far point. Now ricochets out. O'Brien with it, gives it back to Schmidt. Front of the net for Matthews, moves it ahead for McKay, tips it for Wittenberg. He can't move it into the zone. Knights intercept, they bring it back in. Chen comes over near side, and the best chance here so far for the Knights. Shot on, save made there by Clay as it deflects high off the glass. Far side, Wittenberg flips it high out of the zone, but knocked down by number 75, Tommy Clayton. Back down into the corner. Now we're going to stop here as we get a trip on Wittenberg. He'll go to the box for 2, so the first penalty of the night for the Eagles goes to number 43. He'll go for 2 minutes here with 18 seconds to go in the first period. Knights on the power play here with 18 ticks to go, and they win the draw back to the point. Get it over, trying to get it to Shin off of Stevie's stick. John Schmidt get the Fager and Sam Bilger out as well for the kill. Knights have it in the zone. They try to move it ahead. Stolen away by Schmidt. Moves it ahead for Stevie, but that one knocked back in offside. Both officials with the whistle on it with 1.3 seconds to go here in the first. Whoop. Puck drop, and that'll do it for the first period. Eagles get on the board first. They take a lead into the second, up 1-0 here in Chesterfield. Carlson, Callison, and Bilger out for the kill up front. Schmidt on the back side. Still 1:40 to go or so on the penalty kill. As they bring that back in, and music goes 7 seconds in. Might as well start it back up here again. There you go. There's a banger there. Draw one again by the Knights. From behind their own net, Callison. Pressure in there, and they get it up far side. Carlson tried to hold it in. Lorenzen brings it in for the Knights on the power play. Trying to move through Schmidt and able to poke away from Molesky. Molesky ends up getting it back. Gets it back to Lorenzen, top of the zone, cross ice. For Chen, throw it on, and that one deflects up and out of play as they try to deflect it in off of Larrigan. So 1:05 left on the man advantage for the Knights. By the Knights, they get it back to Goldwasser near side. They play catch. Now this one got in the way of by Kristolovich, trying to break it free back to the neutral zone. Picked up by Fostick, and Goldwasser takes him down. We're gonna get it. Goldwasser on a rough as he got Fostick up high. So with 48 seconds on the power play for the Knights, they'll go to the box for two. They'll even up 4-on-4 here, 14:06 to go in the second period. And then the Eagles will get a power play here of about 1 minute and 12 seconds. Have it in their end. Welch, Schmidt, as Alex takes a shot top of the zone, save made by Milne. Matthews and McKay out for the 4-on-4. Another 39 seconds or so. 13:57 to go here. Eagles out shooting. The Knights 9-7, lead 1-0. Back to the point. Schmidt reached up, tried to hold it in, but Mangelsdorf able to poke it free into the Eagles zone. Matthews brings it out, but loses it. Mangelsdorf able to pick it up, doodles up, throws it back in far side. Matthews back to meet him. Got help in front, shot on top of the zone, wide. As the Eagles able to gain it back. Welsh out with it, trying to center it up, leaves it for McKay. Jackson on the backhand, takes it far side, pulls on the brakes, now trying to get it out to the point. Eagles changing as it comes in, and now we're gonna get too many. Oh, we're gonna get an interference call on the Eagles. They could have got him for one or the other. The puck came right to the bench. Right as Wittenberg was going in, Schmidt will get called for interference here with 13:10. Minute 5 to go on the 4-on-4, and then the Knights will go back on the power play for 55 seconds. Puck drop won by the Knights. Down 1-0, and they're trying to tie it up. Eagles trying to hold on to the lead as Fager able to steal this one away. Got Stevie ahead of him. He'll hang on to it. Crosses center ice, forced into the zone. That comes in offside. They'll let it go as the puck comes free at the blue line off Levinson's stick. Stevie trying to knock it free to bring it in. Can't, and they bring it back in to the Eagles zone. Now they got to reset it. Knocked out by Clanton. Near side. Schmidt moves it ahead for Fager. Kipton comes in the circle, has time, throws it on, pad save. Had Stevie on the back door, but it ricochets past him. Stevie drops it back as Kipton will go for the change. 18 seconds left on the 4-on-4 before the Knights go on to the power play. Eagles trying to keep it in the zone. Callison, Carlson, Schmidt, and Bilger out. As Goldwasser ready to exit the box. He does, goes to the bench in a power play here for about 52 seconds as they bring it in offside with 11:59 to go here in the second period. Stalvich, Presser, Fossick, and Beckerly on for the kill here now with 11:55 to go in the second period. Knights have it off the draw, backhanded in by Lorenzen. Behind the net, they wrap around into the far corner. Fossick trying to steal away, they get it back out to the point. Callis back down low for Larrigan. Back out to Callis at the point. Gonna put it in. That one ricochets off of Clay and out of play. 11:32 and 22 seconds left on the main advantage for the Knights. Draw one again by the Knights. Back to the point. Callis gonna move it ahead. Stick of Molesky. Has it in the corner. Back to Callis at the point. Skates the blue line, gives it back to Molesky. Moving far down. That one shot near side for Chen. Too far. He gets able to get it back against Callis. Top of the circle shot on glove save there for Clay. .11:07 to go. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Shots favoring the Knights, or excuse me, the Eagles, 11-9. They hold a 1-0 lead. Wittenberg to the dot. Against Stans. Win it. Route around far side, out of the zone. O'Brien can't catch up. Drifts back into the Knights end. Off of Shapiro's stick, and then Wittenberg has it on the back end. That one poked away by Mangelsdorf. Far side. Handles it to the wall. Dropped in by Shapiro. Near side. Wittenberg has it, gets it out of the zone, throws it across center. Into the zone it goes. O'Brien right on the back of Goldwasser. Forces in far side. This one off the board and tipped out by Mangelsdorf. Battle at center ice. Wittenberg in his own end now loses it. Matthews comes over, tries to take a swat at it as Mangelsdorf put it on, but wide. Stands hit at the top of the circle. Now Schmidt able to flip it out, trying to hit Wittenberg far side. That one behind it has to come back, and there everybody's offside as he and O'Brien both in ahead of the puck. It gets caught up, bounces off the boards. Elliott came back for it, but not before the puck can come into the zone. 10:05 to go in the second. Eagles holding on to a 1-0 lead. Fossick, Welch, and Kane up front for the Eagles. Schmidt and Bilger on the backside. One back by the Knights. Ahead, Schmidt trying to put it ahead. It's in the way of Ulrich. Thrown out by Bilger. Knights pick it up again in their zone. Back and forth hockey here. Pushed ahead by Levinson. Now Schmidt able to take it over in his own end. Pass in front of his own net. They turn it over as Sucree puts it back in for the Knights. Back out. Lowrich. That one out of his reach. That came towards the middle of the zone. He was coming to the point. Moves it back ahead. They put it back in. Pushed back out. Now they can hurry. They get a spring Welsh ahead. Kane comes in and gets taken off. Now Fossick follows him up. Has it. Down low. Looking for somebody out front to get Bilger near side. He'll put it back in as the Eagles change. Figure steps in from the bench. Has it down low, trying to get it to Fossick. That one behind him. Now Kane swings and misses. Turns over. The Knights bring it out of the zone. Pushed back. Levinson brings it in, but Merwick in ahead of the puck, and that'll be offsides on the Knights with 8:58 to play. Both teams over 2 on the power play. One goal coming at 10:56 off the stick of Drew Kristalovic. He was able to put it in on his own rebound. Gave the Eagles a 1-0 lead. That's where we stand here. Minutes shy of the midway point. This one goes into the Knights bench. We'll have a stopping play here. And no reason not to blow the horn. The sign of things to come here for Worker Solids. He took the draw. It's won by the Knights. Back to their bone blue line. Up off of Bates into the zone. Presser will pick it up in the circle near side. Moves it off the boards outside. Far side. Stevie at center. Gets tied up. Trying to hold it in there. Looking for help. Kicks it into the Knights zone. Fager will chase Goldwasser down low. Puts it out far side. Tip back to the middle. No, they're going to escape with it. That one take the bounce. Molesky gets behind Presser, trying to put it in. He's bumped off by Stevie as he dumps it into the corner. Gets it back. Bouncing puck in the circle. Bates trying to move it ahead. That one picked off in front by Presser. Now they tip it ahead. Who tried to get the Fager, but it took a bad bounce. Bates able to pick it up top of the circle. Trying to put it back down low, but the Eagles able to clear. Off the boards into the zone. Presser will pick it up there on the backhand. Pushed off by Bates. Leaves it. Now loose puck picked up by Fager as he's pushed down from behind by Bates. They put it back in far side. Beckerly will pick it up. Blake gives it over to Lane. Presser had it roll off the toe and reaches back just enough to push it through the legs. Takes a swing at it. Goldwasser didn't reach it either. Now gets it on the second attempt. Puts it back in from center ice. Clay pinned back behind his own net, able to fish it out near side. Callison will pick it up, turn on the Jets, head across the ice. Found a seam, comes in with it. On the backhand, has Mason Carlson in front, puts it on, loose puck, still there. And now we'll get a whistle to blow things dead as Maddox goes down in front. Now some extra action here off to the far side as Callison and Carlson get into it. Put Stanzi and Callison both in the box for roughing, matching minors. 5-on-5 hockey here with 7:09 to go. They'll be out first whistle after 5:09. I'll modify the lines here a little bit. So Wittenberg, McKay, O'Brien will come out, take over for the Carlson, Callison, Maddox line. Matthews and Alex Schmidt on as the Knights win the draw again. Rip it around, trying to get it out. Matthews will back up as the Knights escape with it. That one off the stick of chin into the zone. Schmidt has it. Back behind his own net, takes it far side. Move through the middle as he's peeled off and gets it out to center. Now O'Brien able to intercept it, puts it back in for the Eagles. In front, Clanton. As the the Knights escape with it. Herwick trying to center it up, puts it off the skates of Wittenberg, but right back to Clanton in front. That one swatted away by Alex Schmidt to the far side. Cleared away, but right back to Clanton. Shot on a block by Clay off his stick. It will keep it out of the net. Trickles back to the point. O'Reilly holds it in for the Knights, throws it back in down low. Shannon Matthews battle in the corner. Squirts free. McKay off the boards and out to the neutral zone. Wittenberg can't get there. Now tipped ahead by McKay to O'Brien. Puts on the brakes looking for help. Drops it back to Matthews. He'll dump it down low for McKay. Boys a check. Comes back for the puck. O'Brien comes in to help. Tips it back to Matthews. And Nolan trying to kick it in. Can't do so. Clanton gets it free. Schmidt in his own end. Gets it up to the neutral zone, but Matthews lost an edge inside his own end. Can move it ahead. Now picked up by Schmidt, trying to move it out. Saw a little bit of an open space, but lost it off the toe of the stick. Manglesworth able to pick it up and throw it back in. Wittenberg gets him a little bit of a tap, knocks him down. Knights keep it in far side. Referee's letting things go. That's the third one that Wittenberg's gotten away with. Loose puck in front, shot on. That one wide off the stick of Molesky. Eagles out shooting the Knights 13-10 so far. Knights have it in the zone. Shot on, that one wide. Comes back around to Callos on the point. Fans on the shot. Now left top of the zone. Wittenberg can't get there to swat it out. They keep it in. Matthews sends the man in down low. Battles ensue in front. Now Wittenberg and Manglesdorf battle on the court. They get it back to Callos, but hops over his stick out of the zone. Back into the Knights end. The Eagles are going to change. Kane chasing them in, trying to knock it down. They get it out to center for Molesky. They'll settle it down near the board. Walsh comes in, try to bump him off as Carlson tried to steal away from Shapiro. They clear it into the zone. Kane there to pick it up. Top side, gets it back to Carlson. Pass him to center. Mason brings it in. He comes in ahead of the puck. They wave it off. Pulled away. They're going to get Mason Carlson for a trip there. That's a weak call on Mason Carlson. Even Ulrich can't believe they called it. Carlson goes to the box for a trip with 4:19 to play. Back to the kill go the Eagles. Third power play of the game for the Knights, and they win the draw. This one deflects off the stick of Fagers. He's out with Bilger, Seavey, and John Schmidt. Knights have it in. Shot on. Glove save there by Clay. Stops the clock at 4:08. I don't even think that Gabe Ulrich was trying to draw the penalty there. As he turned around at him and Carlson were both laughing as Carlson was going to the box. Mason never touched it. If he did, it wasn't enough to trip. No matter, Mason in the box for another minute 33 on the tripping call. Schmidt loses it a little bit, but able to regain, puts it back to center. Lorenz in there picks it up, gives it to Molesky. He'll backhand it into the zone on the power play with 3:38 to go here in the second period. Down low, Larrigan. Gets it to the corner, back to the point to a Creek. Back to Molesky. Down low for Larrigan. Puts a shot on. Save made there by Clay. And the Eagles able to clear it back to the blue line. Off the boards near side. Molesky moves it forward for Larrigan. Near side for Molesky. on the top of the circle. He'll back up to the point. Backhands it. Top of the slot. Makes the move around. Shot on. That one. Oh, good block there by Schmidt. John drops the body, gets in front of it. Now Krasalovic will pressure him into the zone. Comes back. Goldwasser out and in. Picked up again by Bilger. Puts this one away. Now Krasalovic in against Stanzi. Ooh, almost got ahead of him. Nice, able to clear it away. Bilger at center with 12 seconds left on the kill. Gets up for McKay. Knocked back out. Now Krasalovic pushes it at McKay, notices it, and pushes it ahead as Goldwasser throws it out. To the neutral zone. Tied up along the near board. Now we're going to get a stop here. Get the face off here near side in the neutral zone. Wittenberg to the dot. Trying to win it for the Eagles. They get it back to Presser. Now tied up with Herwick and Stanzi to get it into the zone, but Goldwasser there to pick it up. For the Knights, they put it back in far side. Down low, Clay picks it up there to Presser. Drops it back for McKay. Not far enough. Herwick there to peel it off. Now down low. Trying to drop it for Goldwasser. Does. Top of the zone. Punch in. Off a body. Brian can't clear it. Back down low. Now back out to Goldwasser on the point. Shot on. That went off the skate of Herwick and goes wide. Knights still have it. Herwick down low. Loses it far side. O'Brien bouncing puck, can't find it. Now they throw it out of the zone off the stick of Beckerly. The center. Goldwasser brings it back in, right side. Shot on. That one wide behind the net, off the boards and wide. As we come down to a minute to play here in the second. Wittenberg will backhand it out of the zone to center. Resetting is Callis. Gives it over near side for Goldwasser. Pulled off by O'Brien. Forces him into the corner. He'll dump it down low. Trying to set her up into the slot. Backhand. Goldwasser. Quick shot on. Save made there by Clay. Comes over near side. Clary moves it back for Goldwasser. He'll throw it in wide of the net. The Eagles have a hard time clearing, moving it up the ice here late in the second. Shot on, and Clay with a big save. Stop things with 36 seconds to go here. Knights take over the lead in shots, but still down a goal. The Eagles still lead 1-0. Now he gets a pat on the shoulder from Nolan Matthews as he goes by. Krasalovic to the dot. Wins the draw. Cough it up. That one tipped on by Molesky wide. Back to the far side. O'Reilly backs up, but that one deflects off the stick of Stevie into the bench, and they'll put this one down into the far circle with 26.3 to go. Trying to push the Eagles back on the back side of the face-off. Now they drop it, one by the Knights, but all the way back in their end. Fager will chase them in with 20 to go here in the second period. Drop back for O'Reilly, off to the far side. They'll tip it out of the zone, picked up by Schmidt. At center, trying to put it in. That one off the stick of Bates and comes in offside with 9.6 to play. Been about as even as you can get, but the Eagles with the edge right now with a 1-0 lead off a goal from Drew Krasalovic in the first period. Put back in, 5 to go. Knights have it behind their net. Welsh will pressure. They want to try to get one more shot off. Knights will be happy to take it to the third, and that's where we'll go with the Eagles leading with a 1-0 lead. Eagles banging on the benches as we go to the third. 15 minutes left to play here in the regular season. Kristolovich, Stevie, and Fager up to start the third as they tip it ahead for Drew. Has a lone goal in today's game. Has it. The circle shot on. That one off the pad. It was just wide. Didn't quite tip out enough for Fager. Now this one put on by Kristolovich and save made by Milling. And some yelling and screaming down low as Ulrich and company exchange words with the Eagles. Draw won by the Eagles. Shot in by Matthews. That one glove save made. Do it again, far dot. Kristolovich again. Trying to win it, gets it to Fager. Trying to put it on. Now Stevie misses as he overskates it, and the Knights come back out with it. Far side, Plant trying to move ahead. Fager, far side. On the backhand, put into the boards by Herwick. Ulrich has it near side for the Knights. Behind Stevie, throws it in on the near side. Magic picks up behind the net, moves it up for Stevie on the near board. Jack turns around, heads up ice. Comes back far side. Backhands it in, he goes for the change. Kristolovich will chase it in, try to pin it down. Tips it in front, no one there. Now Carlson comes on, tips it back. As Kristolovich goes for the change for Carlson. Carlson trying to hold it in near side. Does, pins Ulrich to the corner. Schmidt holds up on the point, catches it, knocks it down. John steps up, trying to throw it in front. That one off of the stick of stands. Comes far side. Eagles get a piece of it, holding in for a moment, and then comes out and had to reset. Maddox brings it back in far side. Reese gives it up. The Carlson shot in off the pad, bounces back up top of the zone. Now one-on-one against Bilger. Takes a shot on, save made by Clay. Even the shots up. They have 15 apiece. Far side, put back in by the Knights. Schmidt out to center to Maddox. Reese in, steps in, throws it in. They'll go for the change again. McKay, Wittenberg, and O'Brien on the change. Back to center, picked up by Wittenberg. Turns around, throws it back in as McKay and O'Brien clear down low. Goldwasser turns around, throws it back out, but that one into his own bench, and that will be a face-off in the Knight zone. There were 1:47 to go in the third period. Shot on again, save made by Stans. To the far side. Eagles trying to hold it in off the stick of McKay. Knocks it back down low. Now they clear it away through traffic to the Eagles end. Beckerly has it, throws it cross ice for Presser. Lane steps up, gets it out, trying to get it to McKay. Knocked down far side, now moved ahead. Knights there to pick it up, back to center. McKay and O'Brien trying to push it in. Now comes as Mangelsdorf dives at the puck and throws it in past Beckerly. Tied up in the corner, O'Brien and Beckerly post up in front of Clay to defend there. Mangelsdorf down low with O'Reilly up top. It'll trickle free to the corner near side. O'Brien put it from behind by Mangelsdorf and sends Finn to the ice. That one had to hurt just a tad. It came in square in the back. Elliot Wittenberg able to pull it free, but can't move it ahead as Molesky peels it away from him. Squirts free, McKay picks it up, flips it ahead. Now it's a foot race. O'Reilly against Wittenberg, knocks it free. Finn down low, loses his stick, and we're gonna get a call here against Goldwasser, and they'll send him off. The Eagles gonna go back to the power play with 11:29 to go, as they send Goldwasser off on a slash. shot on, save made by Milne. Now cleared away, no icing is the call. Move back up the ice, back into the Knights end. Thrown back up past base. Schmidt will pick it up there. Out with Welsh, Kristalovic, Fager, and Stevie on the power play. Kept in by Stevie. He gets a piece of that one, but can't control. Now they tipped it back out of the zone, back to center ice. Schmidt with it, far side. Ooh, had that one stolen away by Herwick. And all alone, Kristalovic able to come in on the back and get to the piece of it. That one deflect up into the netting. Good job there from Drews. He's had a hell of a game tonight. Stops the clock at 10:46. 1:17 left on the kill for the Knights. Carlson, Callison, Bilger, McKay, and Schmidt out for the power play here for the next second half. Schmidt has it down low, feeds it for Bilger, gets it to Callison, back to Bilger. That one picked off by Herwick at center. Forced far side. Bilger trying to steal it back, getting help from McKay. Now Callison trying to move it ahead. Loose puck picked up by McKay. Skates through, one to beat, and all alone. Backhand. Oh, far side. Now we're going to get a call here again against St. Louis, and they're going to, excuse me, the Knights, we'll St. Louis. We're going to get a tripping call here, so a 5-on-3 coming up for the Eagles. As they'll put Liam Callis in the box. So 5-on-3 coming, and that timeout taken by the Knights here with 10:16 to go in the third period. Big chance here for the Eagles to go up another goal. They've held on to this 1-0 lead. Since 10:56 in the first when Kristalovic put in his own rebound. We got 47 seconds or so on the man advantage. Board here shows 47, mine shows 48. I'm not able to adjust it really, so we'll just go with it. Eagles pumped and ready to go. Clay back in net. Bilger, Callison, Carlson, Schmidt, and McKay back out for the power play. Big one here. 5-on-3 for the Eagles. See if they can get a 2-0 lead here. Carlson to the dot. Able to win the draw. They kick it back to Schmidt. Top of the zone over to Bilger near side. Sam sets up to the circle, up to McKay. Sam mid-circle has Carlson in front of him. Takes his time, gets it back to Bilge. Sam back to McKay. Down low to Carlson. Mason. Back to McKay. Shot on off the post. Comes right back to him. He'll kick it back out to Bilger. Try again. Sam gets some traffic in front. Now he'll give it far side for Schmidt. Top of the zone. Steps up to the slot. Now the circle. Cross ice for McKay in the far circle. Trying to get it back out. That one off a stick, but Schmidt there to get it on the point. Steps back in, top of the zone, gets it to Bilger. That's Callison near side, trying to center it up. That one off the stick. Callis, one penalty over, still a minute 10 or so to go on the power play. Schmidt, top of the zone, steps up, slot shot on, rebound comes out in front. McKay puts it off the post. Now Schmidt able to come back into the zone in front of the Knights to keep them going on the break. They were able to clear away. Carlson checked off here with 40 seconds left on the power play, shorthanded. Knights trying to make something happen. Put it in the zone. Bilger has on the backhand behind his own net. Gives it to Kristalovic far side. That one rolled off the heel. He's tied up by Lorenzen. Carlson, he'll pick it up, give it back to Schmidt as he goes for the change. Schmidt moves it ahead for Fager. Steps on. Kipton brings it in with 20 seconds left on the power play. Stevie will carry Lorenzen to the corner. Now loose puck goes far side. Knights pick it up. They're able to clear it away. This will be icing. No, they're going to clear it away as it settles in the snow. Schmidt gets it back to Stevie near center. Trying to move it ahead for Kristalovich. Off the backhand, he'll pull it forehand, throw it in, and everything cleared away by the Knights. Now they come back in far side down the seam as they try to break in back to 5-on-5 hockey. So Eagles not able to convert on the 5-on-3 or the power play. Still leading shots 19-15 and the score 1-0. Under 8 to play in this one. Larrigan trying to move it ahead, picked off by Fossick. They try to move it ahead. O'Reilly picks up top of his zone. They'll throw it back out to Herwick near center. Herwick brings it in, throws it on. That one wide to the far side. That one shot on, hits a bunch of bodies. Beckley able to knock it down, brings it over near side for Kane, tips it out of the zone. Help from Fossick, but they pick it back up. Herwick goes, brings it back in, just ahead of Larrigan. Throw it on, and another shot is play. Made the save, but couldn't corral it in. Subsequent shot goes wide. Eagles avoid it there. Retain the 1-0 lead. Now this one cleared away by the Knights. They try to get it back to O'Reilly on the point. This will go the blink. Herwick picks it up in the center, and the Eagles will change. Wittenberg and O'Brien up ahead. They both miss the puck as Herwick able to split them. Gets it to Larrigan, brings it in, cross-ice pass in front for Herwick. That one too much. Not able to put it on. Now from the near side, that shot behind the net goes wide from the point. Put in by Ulrich. Now they tie it up far side. All three forwards up ahead trying to push it out of the zone. This one lays down in the corner. No one can find it. Now they can get it. Back to Ulrich on the blue line. He'll throw it back in far side. It'll wrap around to the near corner. Referee in the way as Matthews trying to kick it out. Callis will hold it in at the point. Trying to get it back up for Levinson. The Eagles just trying to clear it out. Now O'Brien finally does out the center. Wittenberg was ahead. Eagles trying to change. Thrown in by Levinson. That one wide. The glove down by Clay. Stops the clock here at 6:08 in the third period. They give him a shot. I'm not going to get it. That was well wide of the net. Howie gloved it down just to give him a break, I think. Carlson, Callison, Maddock back out up front with Schmidt and Matthews. Now this one's still loose, and Matthews lays down backwards on top of the puck, and the Knights bench want a call, but it was underneath Clay's pad. Matthews laid down in front of Clay just to keep everybody away. Easy to see as soon as Howie stood up and it was underneath the pad. Kristalovich out now as they switch the lines up once more. Knights win it. Shot on by Chen wide to the far side. Can't clear it away. Now Matthews trying to clear it. Gallows holds it in again at the far point. In front, that one broken up by Schmidt. Still loose, and now Clay able to cover it up. Well, stopping at 5:48. Like to see the Eagles get another one here, and now we got one slow to get up. That stands. He might have taken one through the throat in the scrum, and he's grabbing that. He's not going to get a call or anything. As John Schmidt wants to make sure he's okay and gives him a pat on the back, and stands and goes for the bench. And good sportsmanship there from John. As Carlson, Callison, Bilger and Maddock join him out on the ice. Mason to the dot for the face-off here. Chen holds it in off the draw, win from the Eagles, and they get it back. Maddock, near side, trying to move it ahead, gets tied up with Molesky and Chen. Tied up again with Chen. Bouncing puck in his skates, shot on by Molesky, and another save made by Clay. Now broken free by Carlson, tips it into the zone in front. No one there. Clanton will pick it up for the Knights. Throw the back out to the point. Schmidt holds it in on the blue line. John moves it in on the backhand. Looking for some help, puts on the brakes. Referee just trying to get out of the way. Callison with it on the backhand, looking for some help. Tipped ahead by Carlson. Now he stood up and knocked down on the far side. Mason will remember that one, as well as teammates. Callison pokes to the head. Bilger has it on the point, throws it at the net. Now a stick save. Carlson went in, tried to score it. That would have been the best medicine there for the check down far side. Now Schmidt gets tied up with Clanton. Top of the zone. Callie keeps it in on the backhand, trying to move it ahead. Still bouncing. That one will go to the far side. 4.5 to go. Schmidt picks it up at center, bangs it back in, but that one off the skates of the Knights defender. Gets it over to Clanton. That was off Molesky. Shot off the blocker of Clay and into the netting. That'll be out of play. With 4:24 to play here in this one. Fossick will go to the dot with Kane, Presser, Welch, and Beckerly out for the Eagles. Won by the Knights. Kane dives down, trying to push it out past O'Reilly. He holds it in momentarily. Now Fossick will chase it as Welch clears the zone. Bringing it back in. Good peel away there by Presser. Thrown back in. Fossick chases it in down low. Trying to center it up off a body. Now centers it up. Nobody there. Kane was sitting in the circle far side. Welch got pinned in down low. Now Mangelsdorf sent it the length. That'll be icing. And we'll get an offensive zone face-off coming here for the Eagles on the near side. They'll put Stevie Kristalovich and Bager out for the face-off. Matthews and Schmidt. Alex Schmidt will take up residence on the blue line. Knights win it, cleared out to center. Matthews takes a look, sees the traffic, and decides to dump it back in as he's on the right side of center. Stevie chases it in. They dump it back far side, trying to get it out. They do. Molesky. That's Herwick, far side. Has Mangelsdorf and a Cree coming up through the center of the ice. He'll dish it off near side. Stevie from the corner looking for help. Shoots it around far side. Throw it in. That one a pad save there from Clay. Eagles clear it away off the stick of Stevie as he gets dumped to the blue line. Now they throw it back in. Herwick tried to bear hug him around from behind. Schmidt able to pick up the puck as they all clamber up in the zone, and the Eagles come in and can make it 3-on-2. Bager down low in the corner, trying to pull up, get a handle on it. Kristalovich comes in to help out. Gets it back out to the point. Matthews rears up, fires, fans on the shot. Now this one trickles free. Mangelsdorf will pick it up as Stevie couldn't quite get to it as it slowed down. Matthews in his own end trying to push Mangelsdorf off. 2:45 to go here in this one. Eagles clinging to a 1-0 lead they've had since the first period. Bager able to clear it away into the zone. O'Brien onto the ice. Oh, they didn't see him coming. Able to put it on, and now a save made by Milne. 2:30 to play in this one, and the Eagles almost able to clear one away. Now we're going to get a timeout taken here by the Knights. So each team has taken their respective timeouts here in this one with 2.5 to go. The Eagles with a 1-0 lead. And we'll get a face-off come up here in the Knights zone. Eagles trying to put an exclamation point on the season. Other scores around here today. In CSCHL action, decision Sunday is what it turned out to be. It started off early. Hawks needed a win against the Vipers. They didn't get it. Tied them up at 3-3, so that just meant the Sting needed a win against the Jets, and they got it. They scored 3 goals in the second period from Jacob Wilshire, Colin Rinderneck, and Frederick Airy to take the win over the Jets. They shut them out. Sting will make the playoffs. Sabres dropped their finale against the Leafs as the Leafs score a third period goal with under a minute to play. They lose that one 5-4. Falcons beat the Blues in a meaningless game, as do the Express taking on the Falcons. They defeat them. This game here, last one of the season in the division action. This one will determine the seeding. It holds the way it is. The Eagles should leapfrog the Jets for third place. Still a couple minutes to play. Eagles clinging on to a 1-goal lead. Should have a schedule here coming up. Playoffs start on Friday as Callison cleared out Herwick in the neutral zone. They dump it in. Schmidt deep in his end, trying to get out to Callison. They hold it in. Desperation play so far from the Knights, and they tip it free up to Carlson. Mason comes in alone in the circle. Dishes it. Carlson, oh, Callie puts it off the post. Now thrown back in. That one a stick save. And goes wide. Now this one tipped out of the zone, under 2 to play. Eagles tried to put the exclamation point on it. Missed it just by a tad. Callie puts it off the far post. Carlson pressures down low. Now Welsh in. Goes for the check. Picks up the puck. Pins it in. 1:25 to go. Eagles out shooting the Knights 23-20. Lead at 1-0. The whistle will stop play with 1:19. As it gets pinned into the corner. Welsh will pick it up. For the official, Kristolovich, Fager, Seavey, Matthews, and Alex Schmidt out for the face-off in the offensive zone. Still loose. Ooh, shot on by Stevie, just wide. As Milne tried to reach out the blocker. Missed it, but it was well wide of the net. Now the Knights down deep in their own end, trying to move it up for Lorenzo. Kristolovich gets a piece and holds it in as we have 1 minute to play. Kristolovich able to steal it away, and some good play here. Drew's had a heck of a game, has a lone goal in this one so far. Still a minute to go. Matthews steps up, gets a piece. As Fager picks it up, they can't pull the goalie. They're trying to get Milne out of the net. They can't do it. Eagles doing a good job putting the pressure on this end of the ice. Now Milne steps up to the circle, and there he goes. Picked off top of the zone by Matthews, and they're trying to move it out. Fager puts it off the board. This will go the length. This will be icing on the Eagles, and we'll get a face-off at 26.1. Down to Clay's left side. They'll put Welsh, Carlson, Callison, John Schmidt, and Sam Bilger out for the Eagles here in the defensive zone. Herwick, Lorenzen, Kalos. Chen and Molesky out for the Knights. They have it. 6 skaters on. Shot on. Save made there by Clay. With 17.8 to play. Goldwasser out as well with the 6 skaters. Empty net for the Knights. The Eagles trying to finish things up here. They get a sweep of the weekend once again. This one tipped out of the zone by Fager. They got to reset. Callis at center. They throw it back in. That was way offside, and they don't call it. Stevie has it. Now Carlson trying to clear. Carlson off the board, held in once more. 1 second, that's going to do it. Oh, excuse me, they didn't start the clock. 5 seconds to go. Now it'll do it. They take it to the point, and that's it. Eagles finish the season with a sweep, and the Knights, they win this one, and a hard-fought one, 1-0. They'll leapfrog the Jets. They'll finish 3rd in the 14U Bantam Major standings in the CSDHL. 3rd seed in the playoffs behind the Sabres and the Knights. Knights will finish 1st. They couldn't fall back. Good one here against the Knights. And what a finale to the season. Eagles come in, win both on the weekend as they take down the Jets yesterday. Jets fall to the Sting today, so the Eagles move up to 3rd place as we head to Chicago. We'll see you all at some way or another on Friday from Darien Sportsplex. CSDHL playoffs. Pool play starts Friday afternoon, evening. We'll have a schedule here soon for you. After 24 games, the Eagles finish 3rd. They win this one here in Chesterfield, 1-0. Another good game here between the Knights and the Eagles. And we'll see y'all later on this week. What a weekend here. Hope you all enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed bringing it all to you all season long. We'll have Blue Note Cup playoffs as well for the Ice Hawks coming up at the end of the month. And worst comes to worst, we'll have qualifier games here in St. Louis for the Eagles first week of March. One more time from Chesterfield. The Eagles 1, Knights 0. And we'll see y'all next time. Until then, thanks for watching, everybody. Enjoy your week, and we'll see you from Chicago.